What's going on, guys? It's Robbie here again for another video. Today we're going to be talking about dash cams, and the reason I'm bringing this up now is because my girlfriend got a ticket the other day and she rolled through a stop sign. Now, she admitted that yes, she rolled through the stop sign, but the thing I thought about the most right when she told me she had done that was like, too bad you couldn't check your dash cam, because if it was me, I would have checked the dash cam, and even if it remotely looked like I came to a full stop, I would have been like, hey, look, my dash cam says I stopped, like, I don't know what you're talking about, right? But she couldn't do that because she didn't have a dash cam. So, this video I'm going to tell you why you should get a dash cam. Now, dash cams, people think that, you know, everything isn't for everybody. There's some people who don't need certain things. Like, there's some people who still this day don't have cell phones, and that works for them, and that's fine. But dash cam seems to be one of those things where everybody could use it. There's a use for everybody in that dash cam. And they're not very expensive either. Like, you can get, I believe the one I have was like $100, and it does all the features that, I mean, I could look for, and all the features that most other ones do. Maybe it's not the clearest picture, or it's, you know, whatever, but it still does the job, and it will still do its job when I need it to. So dash cams took a while to catch on. A lot of people had them that drove for a living so that they could show their friends and put them online and whatever. And it didn't really catch on right away until all these other features started coming on, such as the motion detector and the G sensor and the event recording and all that kind of stuff came around. And then people found such a good use for these dash cams. Especially in the car scene, they've been coming a lot more popular in the car scene, and I do believe that they're a lot more, I don't want to say necessary, but you benefit from it a lot more if you're in the car scene. Like, if you're a part of the car scene and you're modified in any which way, depending on where you live, you will get picked on a lot. And if you can help yourself when you're getting picked on just by putting a dash cam in there for $100, even less if you don't want to spend that much, just to strictly show that you were not doing anything illegal, as long as you guys aren't, to me, I think it's worth it. So she rolled through the stop sign, and many of you know that, you know, the cops have cameras, and once they see you do it, you're pretty much screwed. But if you had proof, so lots of cops, they hide, right? So they can't see the intersection as well, because you can't notice them, otherwise you'd stop. So they hide, so they may not have the best footage of you stopping, and if you stop prematurely to that stop sign and then you gas and go through it, it'll look like you didn't stop. But if you have a dash cam to show, like, hey, I did stop, you could get yourself out of that ticket. So she could be out of that $100 ticket just by showing her that dash cam, and it'd be all good. But she didn't have one, and whatever, that's the circumstance. But that's what sparked this in me. So when I say there's a use for everybody, and everybody has, you know, different needs and whatever, if you live in the city, say, you're at a higher risk for people, you know, you park in, I don't want to like offend anyone, but in the city there's a lot of sketchier places. You leave your car in a sketchier place overnight or whatever, and lots of dash cams now, they have motion detection. So for me, I don't use it because I work at a busy place and there's always people walking in front of my car, and I back in everywhere I go, so it would always be recording nonsense. But if you live somewhere in the city where there's a lot more action, or somewhere where there's a lot of a higher crime rate or whatever, you know, your car's being targeted, and you put that dash cam there, it has motion detection. So basically what that is if my car's parked in the driveway and someone walks in front of wherever the dash cam is pointing, it could be at the whatever window, but when the dash cam detects motion, it'll turn on and start recording until that motion is stopped. But that's like a cool feature, right? That you can have, and it'll record if it sees any motion. So another thing is, like, if you're being targeted, right? You back in the driveway, or you pull in, you put it in the back, whatever. Someone starts coming up your driveway, it turns on, records them, they're caught. So that's one good feature of the dash cams. Another one is the G sensor. So that, I mean, there's different settings. So there's like a low, medium, and high setting for the G sensor. Mine was on high, and it was when I would hit like the train tracks, it would record and save that track because it thought something happened. So there's obviously different levels, but if my car's sitting there and all of a sudden it starts getting shaked, it'll turn on. If my car's driving and I get in an accident, it'll sense that G-force and it'll turn on, and it'll record that, and when I'm saying like it'll turn on or it'll detect that, what it does is it puts like a block over it. So even if I don't use that file, I just leave it on there, it can record for years, and it will never record over that file because that file is now deemed important and it won't delete things. And I stress it in the car community because if I drive by a cop with my loud exhaust and I blow through a light, he's more inclined to pull me over than if I just drove by in, you know, a Honda Pilot and I drove through that red light whatever. But if I'm making a ton of noise and it sounds like I'm going faster than I am and I fly through that light, pull me over. But then I show him, hey, you know what? Didn't happen. He lets me go. It's all good. So even if you guys get it and you only use it just to record funny things and to see the accidents and to show your friends and laugh about it, and then one day you actually needed it and you use it, that'll make it all worth it. And I really do recommend you guys get it, especially if you're in the car scene. But I mean, let me know an instant where maybe you guys have had one and you put it to good use and you recorded something and maybe got yourself out of trouble or got one of your friends out of trouble or just funny things you've seen on them. But that's everything from me today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you next time. Peace out.